Picture this. You're walking through the vast, windswept plains of Patagonia, Argentina. Your feet crunch against ancient rock and soil. Beneath your feet lies one of Earth's most extraordinary secrets, the remains of creatures so monumentally massive that if one walked past you right now, its head alone would tower 5 stories above you. These weren't dragons from fantasy novels. These were real, and they roamed this exact land millions of years ago. Here's what will absolutely blow your mind. The largest land animal that ever existed on Earth was discovered right here in Patagonia. Not Africa, not Asia, Patagonia. Scientists call it Argentinosaurus huinculensis. Wrap your head around this. It weighed approximately 100 tons. That's equivalent to 17 African elephants combined. Its heart alone was the size of a small refrigerator. And here's the controversial part. Scientists are still debating whether we've truly discovered the biggest one. Some fossils remain incomplete, leaving paleontologists arguing that we might not even know how massive these creatures actually were. But wait, there's something even more mind-blowing that mainstream media won't tell you about. Patagonia wasn't just home to one giant. It was a graveyard of titans, a kingdom of colossal creatures that makes every other fossil site on the planet look small-time. Between 166 million years ago, during the late Cretaceous period, Patagonia was literally the Disneyland of dinosaurs, if Disneyland was populated by creatures the size of buildings. Let me paint you a picture that'll genuinely disturb you in the best way possible. Imagine standing next to a Pertosaurus, another Patagonian giant that reached nearly 120 feet in length. That's longer than 2 school buses end to end. Its neck, just the neck, contained more bones than your entire spinal column. Scientists discovered that these creatures had specialized breathing systems with air sacs, similar to modern birds. This wasn't just raw muscle. This was evolutionary perfection on a scale we're still struggling to understand. Now here's where most people get it wrong. People think these massive sauropods were slow, stupid, and clumsy. Wrong. Dead wrong. Recent research from 2022 and 2023 shows that despite their size, these creatures had sophisticated social structures. Fossil evidence suggests they traveled in herds. Herds. Imagine a 1,000-ton creature moving with its family unit across the Patagonian landscape. Scientists found trackways, literal footprints preserved in stone, showing multiple individuals walking together. That's not just fascinating, that's revolutionary. But here's the controversy nobody talks about. How did these creatures actually move at such astronomical sizes? There's heated debate among paleontologists. Some argue the ground couldn't have physically supported them without collapsing. Others counter that the Cretaceous climate was different, higher oxygen levels, different gravity calculations, different soil density. The scientific community is divided on this question, and that's what makes paleontology so thrilling right now. Then came the Tyrannosaurus-like predators of Patagonia. Creatures like Carnotaurus, the meat-eating bull. This wasn't your typical T-Rex knockoff. Carnotaurus had bull-like horns, a massive muscular body, and moved with terrifying speed. Fossils show it hunted the mega herbivores. So picture this scene. A 100-ton Argentinosaurus, the largest land animal ever, being hunted by a 9-ton predator with horns and the agility of a top athlete. It's like watching a whale being chased by a bull in slow motion. What really changed the game? In 1989, a farmer in Patagonia literally stumbled upon what would become one of the most complete giant dinosaur skeletons ever found. It wasn't through fancy technology or expensive expeditions. It was pure accident. This discovery alone rewrote paleontology textbooks. And since then, Patagonia has produced more giant dinosaur fossils than any other location on Earth. More than Africa, more than China, more than anywhere else. Scientists have now identified that Patagonia had ideal conditions for these giants to flourish. The climate was humid, subtropical. Vegetation was abundant. There were fewer predators competing for mega-herbivore prey in certain regions. It was the perfect evolutionary formula for creatures to grow to unimaginable proportions. Here's what should genuinely concern you about our understanding of Earth's history. If we can be this wrong about creatures we've been studying for over a century, what else are we missing? What other colossal beings existed that we haven't discovered yet? Some paleontologists estimate we've only found maybe 0.01% of all dinosaur species that ever existed. That means the Patagonian plains could still be hiding secrets so massive and so extraordinary that they would fundamentally reshape how we understand life on ancient Earth. The most recent discoveries from 2023 show that scientists are finding more species, not fewer. Evolution produced solutions to problems we're only beginning to comprehend. How do you grow to 100 tons? How do you breathe? How do you mate? How do you support that weight? These aren't rhetorical questions. They're genuine scientific puzzles that our best minds are still solving. Patagonia isn't just a geographic location. It's a time machine made of stone and fossil. Every layer of rock tells a story of creatures so impossibly massive that our brains can barely conceptualize them. And that's what makes this so important. Understanding how life conquered size teaches us about limits, adaptation, and the extraordinary possibilities of evolution. The question I want you to think about is this. If creatures 100 times heavier than an elephant actually existed and thrived, what does that tell us about the potential of life itself? What were the limits of biology? And more importantly, could such creatures theoretically exist again under different conditions? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm genuinely curious what you think about these Patagonian giants. If you enjoyed this post, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your friends and family. You never know who might discover something amazing today. Let's grow this community together.